Retrieval Augmented Generation is a long phrase that means a simple thing. It's combining traditional search with generative AI. It's already transformed millions of Americans' lives, whether they know it or not, because underneath the simplistic interface of OpenAI's chatbot is Retrieval Augmented Generation. To understand Retrieval Augmented Generation, let's first start by understanding the generation portion. That's done by a large language model. A large language model is like a superpowered brain that's been fed a massive library of books and articles. While it reads them, it creates a statistical representation out of all of our books and articles. Then, you can test the model on an incomplete word by prompting it to write the next character. So if I prompted B-A-R-A-C, the model might output Barack, which would be a great prediction. Take this idea, keep going. Keep improving, and suddenly you can input huge prompts and get shockingly good results, ones that compare to what a human could produce. At this point, you have a large language model. In one sentence, a large language model is like a word outputting statistical prediction machine. But now we have a statistical prediction machine that's outdated, or read all the terrible works of humanity too. It turns out the solution to both issues might be the same. Let's take the date issue first. We trained it on data up to, let's say, November 2022. What will the large language model do if we prompt it for information from December 2022? The model is a brainless mathematical prediction machine. So what it does is mathematically predict based on the prompt, regardless of whether December 2022 is actually in the training data. In human speech, we call that lying. When an LLM does it, we've termed it a hallucination. Hallucinations are really bad. If your company had a doctor LLM and it hallucinated the wrong information and said it completely confidently, that would be a huge problem. Very few businesses can afford to have large language models lying to their customers, even if it's only a fraction of the time. Hallucinations are why a lawyer got caught writing legal briefs with ChatGPT. Because ChatGPT invented fake cases when it didn't have any real facts. So how do we reduce hallucinations? Thankfully, researchers have been busy at work on this problem. One exciting technique they've come up with to improve the accuracy and verifiability of large language models is a technique called RAG, or Retrieval Augmented Generation. Researchers at University College London, along with New York University and Facebook's AI Research Division, detailed this in their paper titled Retrieval Augmented Generation for Knowledge-Intensive NLP Tasks. In that groundbreaking paper, researchers found that Retrieval Augmented Generation results outperformed simple large language models. The difference between RAG and simple LLMs is that RAG includes an information retriever to improve reliability. When a user submits a query through a chatbot or other interface, RAG initiates that retrieval process. For instance, if you prompt ChatGPT for a legal brief on a case, RAG doesn't merely fabricate laws based on if it sounds plausible mathematically. Instead, it first diligently researches and retrieves factual information, including dates and relevant case law. Only at that point does the AI generation come into play. It passes that factual case law information of dates and relevant case law to the large language model, which then generates the rest of the response. Retrieval of relevant information works a little differently than traditional search, because traditional search produces too much information for an LLM to process. LLMs are notoriously computationally expensive to run. A retriever in a retrieval augmented generation system like ChatGPT works on only a limited data set, like all US case law, or a medical textbook. Retrieval Augmented Generation retrieves information from what's called a vector database. This database is different in that the information stored inside it was broken up in a special way, producing what we call vectors. This way, data from a database that you know is authoritative, like a medical textbook or your internal company documentation, can be searched by meaning. A vector database would be able to understand questions based on their meaning, not their exact wording. That's powerful. Suddenly, Amazon can return the exact right hat if you search a purple cowboy hat with tassels and has rainbows on it. Traditional search is literal. It's based on the keywords. It would never find an exact match for that. It doesn't understand that violet is a synonym of purple. If there's a product that's a violet rancher hat, it's not going to show that. So this is a huge flaw, and vector databases are working to solve it. No longer is search constrained by the literal text, having to do search engine optimization or keyword stuffing. Vector databases enable you to search by meaning, using their mathematical mapping of words. So is RAG the future of AI? It's definitely the cutting edge of AI, and the recent developments look promising. It could continue to unlock progress towards AI assistants that answer complex questions completely accurately and factually, or education tools that deeply understand how to tailor lessons just to you. Or it could allow you to ask complex questions to your company's chatbot with all of its corporate data linked. Of course, RAG is still under development. Vector databases are underdeveloped. The algorithms for both are in a constant state of flux. OpenAI is under development. But herein lies the opportunity. Search is fundamentally changing as we watch. Almost everything in tech is changing. That means there will be new winners and new top tech companies that will emerge. New billionaires will be minted from this transformation, and countless millionaires. Do you have any ideas for an awesome use case? Some basic ones that I could think up are writing factually accurate blog posts about any topic, creating personalized marketing campaigns, summarizing complex research papers with ease, translating languages with greater accuracy, answering your toughest questions, even if they're niche, generating code, writing creative stories, generating legal documents tailored to your needs, preparing financial reports, translating medical documents. If you're excited about the potential of RAG and want to learn how to build your own AI-powered applications, I highly recommend checking out my courses in the link below. I cover everything from an introduction to LangChain and generative AI to advanced ChatGPT techniques and professional Python tips. You can find all my courses on my website, aiwithaustin.com.